Congressional witness just showed Democrats what's what. Entrepreneur Magatte Wade went viral recently for telling Representative Jamie Raskin what the American people really think about his party and their inflammatory comments around Elon Musk and his Doge force. To further prove the point, there's also this online backlash that's happened after Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Sheryl Crow took to Instagram to make a stunt out of selling her black Tesla in, get this guys, her supposed protest of President Musk. Her followers called her elite and accused her of supporting wasteful government spending. I mean, just look at the work that the Trump Elon Musk team has already produced, guys. I mean, if she's willing to support leaving the wasteful spending and clearly fraud that's taking place in our government, isn't she a part of the problem? Just recently, a migrant transgender woman wanted by federal immigration officials was charged for allegedly stalking and doing something really bad to a boy in Manhattan just a few days ago. Yeah, I know. Disturbing, right, guys? And they want transgender women, or really men, in women's bathrooms? I'm not okay with that. Are you? Now, I'm just glad that they were able to catch this trans migrant this time, right? Now, apart from this particular accomplishment, the Department of Government Efficiency also terminated employment for 3,600 probationary health and human services employees and saved about $600 million in taxpayer dollars annually. This is huge, guys. Now, if you guys remember, we started out as a personal finance channel, and I personally believe that if Americans have to budget their money, like if we have to budget our money, then so should Congress, so should the government, right? They tax our paychecks and our investments to then use our money to cover these services. Well, if they have less services, then we would have less money taken out of our checks and we'd all be richer, would we not? Anyway, we've all been paying taxes for as long as we can remember. And hey guys, I don't mind doing my part. I really don't. But at the same time, we have a right to know where our pennies are going, right? Let me know if I'm making sense, guys. Please let me know. Also, let me know if you live in a state where you get taxed or if you happen to live in a state where there's no state income tax. All right, guys. So first item for today is this brutal takedown executed by entrepreneur Magatte Wade on Representative Jamie Raskin and other Democrats. By the way, appreciate y'all hitting the like button and for subscribing to the channel. And so basically, the congressional witness has had enough of the party attacking Elon Musk. And hey, I totally get it. Here, check this out.
Staying on this, another Democrat using a judiciary hearing as an opportunity to attack Elon Musk.
We really need to hire a fourth branch of government called Elon Musk to go out and do it for us. He and his mutant teenage racist computer hackers have taken possession of financial payment systems at the United States Department of Treasury, meaning data access to the private financial records of every American citizen, every member of Congress, every federal prosecutor, every regulator who's supposed to be looking at what his business does.
Our next guest was a witness at that hearing and did not let that moment slide.
Fact that Mr. Raskin, you're here this whole time we've been here. You've just been complaining about the process. I'll call it a process. And again, I'm not disagreeing with your issues right now around Musk and the process that's following Mr. Vladek, the process that you're following. At some point, what is the end game? Isn't the end game to make us, the American people, better off? Isn't it? Isn't it? No, I hear you saying that the stuff that would make us better off doesn't matter. All you care about right now is a process of Musk and his associates are not doing this the right way. Keep your eye on the ball, and your ball should be me. It should be me. I'm sorry, it should be me. Yeah. It should be me. How do we make me better off?
You see, Democrats are arguing that President Trump and Elon Musk are not doing things the right way. Well, let me ask. How has the right way been going for you so far? I mean, we are $36 trillion in debt, and, you know, eggs are like $100 for like a dozen. Anyway, because you guys know a lot of Americans agree with Wade. Democrats do their right way and nothing ever gets done. You know what I mean, guys? I mean, did you hear the amount of hate that Raskin was spouting? He was voicing the same kind of Democratic rhetoric that many argue led to assassination attempts on President Trump. Now, according to Raskin, we're hiring a fourth branch of government called Elon Musk, and then he called Elon Musk and his Doge team mutant teenage racist computer hackers. How lame is that? Representative Raskin was also claiming that Elon Musk and his team had taken possession of financial payment systems at the United States Department of Treasury and had access to the private financial records of Americans. Well, Wade finally had enough and called him out for it. She argued Democratic lawmakers needed to reallocate their priorities toward helping Americans rather than focusing on Elon Musk, or as she so eloquently put it, put your eye on the ball, and your ball should be me. How do we make me better off? Well, it's definitely hard to argue against that, isn't it, guys? She also said that watching that session of Congress unfold, it was a joke. And yeah, it's hard to argue against her on that either. Am I right, guys? Hey, by the way, guys, if you're one of the real ones who really enjoy what we do here on the channel, you've got to check out the Inner Circle. This is where our true supporters get exclusive access to content that I just can't share here, completely commercial free. It's also the best way to keep this channel going strong. So if you want to be a part of something special, join us over there. Links in the description or in the pinned comment down below. You see, Wade was there as an entrepreneur. She's from Africa and started businesses in both Senegal and Silicon Valley. It was in that capacity that she stressed how critical the issue of overregulation discussed at hearing was, saying that it was probably the most important thing in America right now, that it means the difference between life and death, war or peace, being free or enslaved. And in the end, we're talking about human dignity here. But when she listened to Representative Raskin and other congressional members, it became apparent to her that these congressional leaders were not just ignoring you, but nagging you. That when she wondered to herself, wait, are you not working for us? Have you been put in this position by us? Are you not reporting to us? So the whole thing just really seemed upside down. Wade explained how she walked out of the congressional hearing worried about what the government had turned into, saying that Representative Raskin was clearly not working for the American people. She didn't know who he's working for, but it ain't us. You guys ever feel the same way about Democrats? Yeah, I know, me too. Now, as my uncle put it, it's like criminals protecting criminals. I'm gonna have to bring my uncle on the show one day. Anyway, so I guess the American people are pretty much fed up with what they're calling criminal Democrats getting away every time. Now, I have to agree. We want to see actual accountability. I mean, just look at what the celebrities supporting these guys are doing. Sheryl Crow made a big deal out of selling her Tesla, saying she's protesting who she called President Musk. The Rock and Roll Hall of Famer couldn't be more delusional. Here, watch this. So yeah, the singer took to Instagram to reveal that she had sold her electric car and is donating the money to NPR, which Musk has repeatedly called to defund as Doge looks to slash federal funding. Her caption for the clip, her parents always said, "You are who you hang out with. There comes a time when you have to decide who you're willing to align with. So long, Tesla." And she was in no way heartbroken, obviously, right? She even smiled as a tow truck drove away with the Tesla. Well, her own followers sure had something to say about it. They said that she was acting elite and supporting wasteful government spending, which she is, isn't she? Let me know if you guys agree. Now, I mean, Sheryl Crow didn't say how much she raked in from the Tesla sale. Nowadays, the least expensive Tesla starts at about $42,000. So it ain't like she really lost any money. She's probably planning on trading it in for some more expensive extra luxury car anyway. Let's not pretend like she really made any kind of sacrifice here. But she promised to give all the cash to NPR. She couldn't help making a statement out of that either. She said money donated to NPR, which is under threat by President Musk, is in hopes that the truth will continue to find its way to those willing to know the truth. This lady is part of the problem, is she not? Some of her hashtags included hashtag President Musk, hashtag President Trump, and hashtag Protect the Constitution. Now, I'm all for protecting the Constitution and all, but you know what I'm more in favor of? Protecting the American people. And Elon Musk has been calling for Doge to strip NPR of all federal funding as a part of his agency, making cuts across all government agency. And it makes sense, honestly. The media organization receives about 1% of its funding from the federal government. So it's not like they're going to go under because of this. It's only 1%. Plus, Elon Musk claims that NPR has biased news coverage anyway. This is something that Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene agreed on when she announced that she would conduct a hearing to examine whether NPR and PBS ignored stories unfavorable to the Biden administration. Comment down below if you guys have observed that NPR or PBS has biased news coverage. Y'all let me know what you think on that. And Sheryl Crow, yet another celebrity drop in the bucket in the Democrats' useless fight against President Trump. It wasn't exactly a surprise from Crow either. On election day, she revealed she had cast her vote for Kamala Harris. Boo. Saying she picked the candidate that represented empathy, compassion, a heart for community and for those underserved, not hate and division, bigotry, or racism. Now, you see what she's trying to imply here, right? Now, I wonder where this empathy and compassion is now that she's making a big old stink out of selling her Tesla and giving the money to a biased media organization. Drop a quick yes in the comments down below, guys. Hit the like button if I'm making sense to you guys so far. And while you're at it, be sure to subscribe to the channel as well and hit that notification bell too. Appreciate you guys. That way we can all stay updated on our discussions just like this one. All right, so let's continue. So, you know what Trump and his his administration are fighting against, right? This kind of issue. Trans migrant charged with blanking a 14-year-old boy in NYC park bathroom. Horrible. Doesn't this woman look like a dude? Anyway, so remember the face, guys. A migrant transgender woman named Nicole, maybe short for previously Nicholas, I don't know. So a migrant transgender woman named Nicole Suarez allegedly followed the 14-year-old into the bathroom at Thomas Jefferson Park in East Harlem and did the deed. The boy left the bathroom and flagged down witnesses who alerted police. Suarez, who was originally from Colombia, was arrested nearby the following day and charged with first-degree blank. And apparently, Suarez was wanted in New Jersey and Massachusetts at the freaking same time, and the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement had a detainer on her or him or them or whatever. So this is basically a request to law enforcement agencies to hold an individual so that they can be taken into federal custody. Now, this is one source that pointed this out. So the case shows why the city should end its sanctuary city status for dangerous criminals. They said that it goes to show that Donald Trump and Borders Are Tom Homan are correct that you need to get the violent people out of New York City, and Eric Adams, Letitia James, and Kathy Hochul should all cooperate because this person has an ICE detainer. Now, they explained ICE could just pick this person up and deport them back, but due to the sanctuary laws that they can't really do anything. And get this, guys, prosecutors initially asked for $500,000 bail and $1.5 million bond for Suarez. But Judge Elizabeth Shamus, who became judge in January after she was elected on the Democratic ticket, lowered the amount to $100,000 bail or $250,000 bond. Now, as the source said, they feel really bad for the kid that they had to go through this because his life will never be the same. Do they really feel bad for him? I ain't buying that at all. We worry about the migrants, but what about the victim? This is a true victim here. Would you guys agree with me on that? Now, you know who else are victims of this corrupt system that Trump and Elon Musk are fixing? The American taxpayers, guys. That's why the current administration is on a mission to rid the country of government waste. Now, part of that is firing excessive federal employees. Case in point, guys, Doge just laid off 3,600 probationary HHS employees, but retains 4,000. You see, it's that last part that liberal mainstream media doesn't want to let you know. They didn't fire everybody. Fired a lot of people, but not everybody. Because the government downsizing is something that they do in corporate America all the time too. It's a basic business strategy. Now, as I explained, they went through a careful process to exclude those who were serving in specialized or critical roles. In fact, more than half of the agency's probationary employees were retained. And at the same time, the cuts are estimated to save around $600 million in taxpayer dollars annually. Now, according to a Trump administration official, they want to make the government more efficient and they want to reduce the size of the government federal workforce. But they also want to make sure that they're very thoughtful about the critical functions that the government needs to perform. Man, this just kind of makes me wish we had like a Department of Government Efficiency way before they even started this thing, right? Like we needed this years ago, decades ago. You know what I mean, guys? Drop a quick yes or no in the comments down below. We'll pick this up again soon. More suggested videos for you guys about to pop up here in just a second. Anyway, appreciate y'all hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. We'll see you next time.